Smash cut to the next morning, him and Menel are naked in the goddamn bed. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Wednesday, which means it is time for another Nozz watches Saihate no Paladin. Oh boy. Oh geez. On the last episode, we gained a knife here. Because they don't have rights, they basically are possessions. And now our boy Will has to go and clear out the Knife Ears village. Man, my man really be putting himself out here on the edge for a village that had a knife ear in it. Oh boy. Not what I would have done. I'm gonna tell you what. But yeah, I mean, our boy's clearly just gonna plow on through and wipe them all off the face of the map. So maybe the knife ear will take a couple hits for him. Who knows? But let's get in here and let's see, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, and go! I'm still waiting for the day where I can collaborate with a fucking knife ear VTuber. I have been looking. Every single one person that I think is a knife ear turns out to be a succubus. Which is a weird problem to have. But the succubi are all really nice. I like them. They're my friends. So y'all realize this man's wearing bloomers? Like, this man's wearing his grandma's underwear. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was hoping, like, one of y'all would, like, mention it, like, last time, but, like, Jesus. My man, you were raised by a literal priestess on fucking manners from 200 years in the past. That's how formality is made, dum-dum. Like, most formal manners, quote-unquote, are just, like, average, everyday shit from, like, 100+ years ago. Y'all realize that? In 200 years, the polite way to greet someone will be like, "Hey, yo, what's crackin', my gamer?" That will be the polite way to fucking address someone. God. So when I was editing, the video of last week, I actually realized something. This opening is actually sung by Gracefeel. Like, she's actually singing it. Like, because when you see her and it swings around, she's actually singing the lyrics. That's such a nice fucking... Like, I don't know how you could make a diegetic opening, but by God, they managed it. I'm excited. I hope y'all can tell. Not gonna lie, I kinda wanna see what the halfling's deal is. I'm hoping that's actually a halfling. By God, do I hope that's not just a fucking lolly, because you know what? You know what? As much as I hate to say it, us small folk gotta stick together. Like, my people have more fucking rep in anime than halflings do. Like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Of course, most of my people's rep is getting murdered, but hey, it's better than nothing. And honestly, just having lollies in fantasy is just kind of overdone. Like, you have halflings, they're right there. Bro, what happened to your plan of just running in and swinging your spear, dumbass? Like, remember how cocksure Will was at the end of last episode? Like, oh yeah, not just go forward, not just get... Like, where is that now? A sphinx? When the fuck did a manticore have a human head? See, there it is. There's our boy. I thought the whole point of a manticore was that it was like a lion with bat wings and a scorpion tail. Like, where's the human head coming into this? What the fuck? Damn, I can't believe the... Can't believe that the demons are self-cleaning. This must be a DM that doesn't like giving out loot. God, I know Shek will never fucking watch this, but by God. Fully expect this sort of shit from him on Saturday. Oh, that is a... It's almost as if our boy's a paladin going against creatures that are weak to divine magic, huh? My mans loves his bread. Wait. The bread isn't from Gracefield. It's from the goddess of harvest. What, Mater? Is that her name? Like, Mater is... Like, Gracefield's the one that fell out of favor, right? Like, Mater is still worshipped. So wouldn't they be aware of the ritual to get bread? And the fact that eating that bread of, like, a shitload of it over time makes you stronger? Like, or am I just misunderstanding how that mechanic works? You might want to fucking put a bullet in that, my dude. Holy shit. I really want our boy Will to just go like, oh, it's an undead! Just bring the fucking spear down. I'm waiting for the fucking neck snap. I'm waiting for just like, alright, that's one undead down. Time to send it back to the cycle of life and death. What is this? Is this a ghost or something? Or is it an actual undead? Was he just a ghost? Like a lingering spirit? Like, what the fuck was that about? Bruh. Nah, bruh, turns out the paladins are just fucking broken overpowered. Like, straight up. Bruh, on a crit, they get to roll 4 dice. That's fucking busted. Like, they got better crits than fucking barbarians, bro. And barbarians get to roll 3 dice when they crit. Like, holy shit. Paladin crits. They can spend a spell slot to smite. They get... They're using a greatsword. They get the fucking D8 from that. They get the D8 from the crit. And then when they smite, they get like... Oh fuck, doesn't smite do 2d8? So that's another 4d8. Holy shit. That's absolutely fucking busted. Alright, what the fuck is your deal? We saw her in the opening, so she definitely sticks around. A high priest, my dude, holy shit. Like, we know this bitch sticks around. Like, we know she does, because she's in the fucking opening! I don't know how fastidious he can be. I don't know, Chief. Maybe the fact that she's a fucking old-ass bitch that managed to stay around as a ghost. I mean, they might have helped. I mean, one of them can literally just fucking conjure bread and water, my dude. Like, holy shit. Damn, old lady, you couldn't, like, at least, like, roll with the punch? You know, like, make him feel a little better about it? Jesus. Goddamn fucking knife ears. They live longer than all of us, and then they bitch and moan about it. Fucking... Y'all know how long a goblin lives? 60, if we're lucky. This is your last chance. Fuck this up and I'm dragging you to hell myself. I don't know, bruh. Seems like the gods are more reliant on humanity than humanity's reliant on the gods. Seeing as Gracefield seems to have gone so far down in power just from people not paying attention to her. And this is how Menildor was forced to stay with the party instead of breaking off on his own adventure like his player wanted. Like, this is just straight up the fucking formation of a D&D party with the Rangers being a prick. I'll go when I'm good and ready. Really? Well, I guess that's proof that just because someone's in the opening doesn't mean they'll stick around in this show. Weird, but okay, I'll take it. Unless she just fucking shows up again later, but oh, fair. Alright. Gam Gam's about to head out. Alright. Oh, this fucking stock-ass fucking sound effect. I have this sound effect. It's in World of Warcraft, too. Oh, boy. I'm not obligated to do anything, but this... but the campaign won't proceed if I don't, so I mean, eh. Like, this really does feel like a fucking Dungeons and Dragons adventure, but I am so fucking here for it. I mean, hey, once those bodies start decaying, you can start planting crops on top of them, and that's a good season's worth of fertilizer right there. These motherfuckers had supplies squirreled away the entire fucking time. They were robbing that other village when they had like an entire ass stockpile in the basement. Bruh. I mean, yeah, like there were demons in the way and the occasional ghost, but most of the demons were at the temple. Like they didn't really run into any demons like in the actual village. It was just ghosts. They literally were like, "Oh no, I'm not going near there because there's ghosts. I'm just instead going to fucking murder my fellow man." Fuck, dude. These villages kind of suck ass, man. Oh my god. Sounds like a plot hook to me, bruh. He hears you, but also he has literally the perfect power set for fighting undead. It's like sending a fucking grave cleric to Barovia. Like, you ever want to break fucking Curse of Strahd over your fucking knee? Send a fucking... Send a paladin and a grave cleric. Both of them can, like, any form of paladin, I'm fairly certain. And maybe a zealot barbarian. And you will break that module over your fucking knee, because all of them do bonus damage to undead. She just fucked off in the woods, had sex with a knife here, came back, had wander into the woods, have sex with a knife here, come back, give birth, die. Don't elaborate. Absolute fucking Chad, that woman. Holy fuck. So why do you... Oh, Will goes that way. Alright then. Okay then. And I guess in this world, that fucking elven bussy is, you know, in high demand, I suppose, if he believes he could make a living doing it. But none of this explains why he's wearing his mother's underwear. Jesus. So she basically built that village then. Like, I imagine that village is probably just her at one point, and she just started fucking adopting strays. Oh boy. I have literally heard this backstory before. Like, I have played with a guy who had an elven ranger that had this exact fucking backstory. Like, he was a full elf, not a half elf, but... Like, abandoned by his family, grew up to become an adventurer, got betrayed and poisoned, which explained, like, why he got reduced to level 1. Was extremely antisocial and an absolute piece of shit, hated role-playing. Even, like, just Jesus Christ. I wonder if this guy's gonna turn out better than that guy. Oh. Shh, my fucking phone just went off. What? My dude, you've only been out here like less than a month, and already you're getting converts to your weird new religion. Damn. So, did he not have, like, a guardian deity before? Like, is there not gonna be another god who's gonna be like, hey, why the fuck that light bitch stealing my fucking devotees? Like, I don't know, man. This feels a little fucky-wucky. I don't quite understand how the pantheon here works. I had amazing teachers who all died 200 years ago. God, remember last time Will got drunk? Smash cut to the next morning, him and fucking Menel are fucking naked in the goddamn bed. It's only consistent. Like, damn, like, they just straight up, like, Will just went, I mean, you are pretty. Will's gonna smash that elven bussy, bruh. Elven bussy has a +2 to AC. Oh boy. But yeah, so it looks like we're gonna have a halfling bard and a human artificer at some point. Like I said, I hope that's a fucking halfling. Yeah, so she's just here. Like, how many of these characters are actually gonna stick around, and how many of them are gonna die the fucking episode they show up? Like, what, like this Ned Stark looking motherfucker? Like, is he gonna stick around? Is he gonna join the party, or is he gonna be... Because in my head, I've been, like, listing out, like, what, like, everyone could be, right? Be like, because I would assume they would show the party members in the opening and ending. I guess not. Like, I was thinking the Marple would join, and she'd be, like, some sort of cleric or fucking, like, wizard or something. The Ned Stark guy's clearly a fighter, or maybe a barbarian. Like, you've got the human artificer and the halfling bard, like... Oh boy, here's hoping, like... I honestly, I don't think Menel can fucking carry this fucking party by himself, bruh. I don't think he can do it. So, that is the episode, and... I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this one. I understand that they want the plot to take off. I understand that, right? Like, they want, like, us to basically deal with, like, deal with Will and him learning everything and getting his party together, and they want to just, like, boom, 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 get the party together, go off, start the actual fucking plot, right? But it feels like a really big jump in pacing for not very much of a reward. Does that make sense? Like, all the way up until this point, this show has very much been taking its time. We started with Will as a child, kind of like jumped forward a little bit here and there, but every time we jumped forward, we would take a decent amount of time with Will at that age, learning what was important to him. And it was like a whole ass fucking story arc, and it just dragged on in a very good way. Here we kind of like see that, yeah, that really only fucking applies to Will. Like, we have an entire thing. Okay, I can't believe I'm about to go to bat for a fucking knife here, but Menel kind of deserved what Will got. Maybe not to, like, the same extent, where he gets, like, a full, fucking 4 episodes, but, like, maybe, like, at least, like, 2 or 3, at least, like, 2. Like, the previous episode served as a decent introduction to him, but we really learned nothing except that his village is fuckety. Like, here, they rescue Menel's village, like, meet Menel's, like, mother figure, who fucking has already died, is a ghost, and then gets sent back into the fucking afterlife, like, in the space of, like, 5 fucking minutes. Like, girl's got more screen time on the goddamn end slates than she does in the fucking actual episode. We get Menel's backstory, and we get all that, like, crammed into like, one episode, but really, it comes out to, like, barely any time whatsoever. Like, there's really no real elaboration. Like, I'm not asking for, like, full-ass flashbacks to Menel's backstory, but, like, maybe they stick around the village for a little bit. The townsfolk are like, hey, Will, can you stick around and do some last rites for our people? And Menel's like, hey, yo, I want to stick around with you, but I want to make sure my people are good. And Will's like, yeah, no, cool, I got literally nowhere to fucking be. And, maybe you have them go out and it's like, hey, let's have a hunting competition for something, you know what I mean? Like I'll see, like, how many fucking antelope or whatever the fuck exist in forests can I get with my bow versus you with your fucking magic? Something like that. And as they're competing, like, they have these conversations, or maybe, like, some flashbacks or something going on. Like, and, like, give it, like, this episode and the next episode, and just have that be just a solid foundation for Menel to sit upon. And I know that's probably asking for a lot, and I know it's gonna, and I know that would probably, like, make it so that a second season would be absolutely required for any main story to happen. But at this point, Will kind of can't go for the fucking main story, can he? Like, Will has just got out. He doesn't know where anything is. Menel is his only party member. We've still got, like, at least 2 more to get. Like, so I would be totally fine with the first season. Like, I think it's like a 24-episode first season, right? Like, I'd be totally fine with the first season. Let's be 24 episodes of Will going around, getting to know his party members and knowing their backstory. And then the second season be, alright, enough of the past, off we fucking go. Like, I would be totally fine with that, but... And it would be in, like... It would be, like, in pacing of... Like, the first 4 episodes, we had, like, all this shit with Will. Like, the first couple episodes of this literally could have just been cliff noted, and then, like, oh, Will fights fucking thing, and we have nothing with Blood, we have nothing with Mary. Like, it really feels like a massive spit in the face of the rest of the cast, because Will gets to have all this love and care for his fucking parental figures, but Menel'dor gets his parental figure introduced and then kicked to the fucking side into the afterlife in the course of 5 fucking minutes. It's honestly kind of bad, and I'm not a big fan of that. Like, overall, I like what this episode had to say. I just wish that it had given itself more time to say it. Instead of leaning back and being like, "All right, motherfucker, let me tell you a story. Let me learn you something." Instead, it's like, "Okay, here's Meneldor. Here's his thing." Like just going through, just like speed read. It's like speed read Meneldor's backstory, and you can't do that, especially when you've established like a pacing that is nowhere near this fast. Like, I'm fine with a slow pace so long as it's consistent, and so long as something actually fucking happens. But, yeah, no, here, like, I feel like they've dropped the ball, really, and I imagine it's probably because they wanted to get a certain thing done within the season, but, man, I don't want to have to go to bat for Meneldor, but I fucking have to. He's a fucking damn dirty knife here, but they did him dirty. If I'm gonna hate someone and riff on them because haha fantasy racism, I need to be able to have the full information to bring to bear against them. I mean, come on. We don't even know what his fucking mum looks like. Like, all we know, she went off, she fucked a knife here, came back pregnant, gave birth, died, didn't explain. Like, fuck. Like, that's all we got. Like, even if Meneldor doesn't care, like, okay, then fine, but he cares about Marble, and we got barely anything. Like, it really does feel like there was something else here, and I don't know if this is how they did it in the manga or light novel, whatever the fuck this comes from, or if this is an anime-only rush job, but it's definitely a lot more frustrating than I would like. But other than that, like, I still really like the show. I love Will. I kind of like how him and Meneldor riff on each other. They're boyfriends now. You cannot tell me otherwise. They fucking. But yeah. All in all, it's good. And it really does give me, like, Dungeons and Dragons fucking vibes, you know? Even with the very, very clumsy in-character flirting, which happens from time to time, and it's always fun when you see that happen. Less fun when you're the DM and a party member flirts with one of your NPCs. Especially when it's, oh boy. Especially when it's a character who you know is gonna have some shit happen. And you're like, oh, you are just signing up for trauma now. But, yeah, all in all, this is pretty good. Pretty good. Very enjoyable. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. I just love this show. I love this show, but, like, this episode definitely let me down just a little bit. But that's all I got. So let me know what you thought of this episode down there in the comments, whether you liked it, you disliked it, or you want to bring up something I forgot to talk about, which is entirely possible. Oh, boy. Remember to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, share on social media, tell your friends, hit the share button down below, and if you want more content from me, then I do try and post anime every single day at around noonish, and I also try and live stream every single day at around 3 o'clock, sometimes at 5. I'll let you know when things change. But today at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be playing Persona 5 Royal. We're in the middle of Kamoshida's palace, and yeah, it's just as creepy as it was the first time around. Oh boy. But hopefully I will see you there. That is going to be linked on the end card and in the upper right-hand corner. And if you want to support the channel monetarily, you can always do so through Patreon or via Stream Elements, which is linked in the description below and on the end card. Big thank you everyone who does that. You guys are the best. And as always, everybody, I will see you in the next video. But most importantly of all, become a Goblin today. And I will see you a real